Hello, Reptonians. Mr. Moores here. Hope you're all well. Hope you had a nice new year and a nice winter break. Now, unfortunately, we're not able to come back into school right now, at least for 2 weeks. So, what I'll be doing for this lesson and next week's lesson, you'll see a pre recorded video where I go over some new work that we can do at home on our own, or perhaps maybe with mum or dad. So this video is to help you. Along with this video on Showbie, there'll be a link to the place where you can do the activity. So the video and the activity link is all you should need. No software or anything needs to be installed. Okay, so we're going to use code.org, and you don't need to have a login or a password. It will work straight away just by clicking the link. So there is no need to ask for a login. Code.org we've been using for a few weeks now in term 1. It's a place where we can do simple programming app games by using Blockly code. Today's project is really appropriate actually. It's a brand new project introduced in the last few days by Code.org, and it shows us how we can stop the spread of a virus using certain interventions. Interventions means things we can put in place to help something, like wearing masks, socially distancing, or like we're doing right now, we're staying at home. Okay, so today we're just going to do 2 levels. There are 10 levels, and today I only expect you to do 2. We'll cover levels 3 and more next week, and perhaps when we come back to school. So today we're just covering 2 lessons. Now in a minute we're going to see my screen, and then I will go through how to do the task. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Hello Reptonians, this is Mr. Moores, your computer science teacher, and for the next 2 weeks, that's just 2 lessons, your computer science lessons will be a pre-recorded video like this, along with a link for something fun for you to do. So, these next 2 lessons, we're going to make our own simulation of a virus in Monster Town and how we can tackle that virus using particular intervention. And the word intervention means a change that we can make happen. For example, wearing a mask, or having less people in a certain area. Or like what we're doing now, you're having to stay at home rather than come to Repton. And so because of that, you're not going to be in school with lots of other people, you're going to be at home, which means you have less chance of contracting a virus. These are all things that a government or people can do to put in place to limit the spread of a virus. And hopefully very soon we can welcome you back into school once we've done that. Okay, so we're going to use code.org, and I know that you guys are used to code.org because we've been doing this in lesson in term 1, but 2 days ago we had a brand new code.org challenge uploaded, and considering that we're staying home right now, I can't think of a better lesson for you to have than this one right here. Okay, so this is just for a couple of weeks, just while we're at home, and then hopefully when you return to school we can start with something new. Okay, so let's start with this coding challenge. It's called Outbreak, Code Your Own Simulation, and we'll learn what simulation means soon. So we have a monster town. It looks a bit like this, and we have the purple monsters, and they're healthy monsters, and then we had the red, yellow, spotty monsters, and they're monsters that have contracted the virus. Okay, and we're going to see how we can stop that spread. So I'm going to get you to watch this video now, and this lady's going to talk all about this program, and then afterwards we'll do a couple of levels together, and I hope for you to do the same this week for computer science. All right, let's get started with the video.
Hi, my name is Helena and I'm a public health scientist. This means I study how diseases spread in populations. What I love about public health is that it brings together my love for computer science and data to make an impact on people in a positive way. Scientists use the power of computer science all the time. We use computer simulations to understand the spread of new viruses. A simulation is a computer model of a process or a system. Simulations are a great way to learn things that can be hard to observe in the real world. They help scientists solve problems and test new ideas safely and efficiently. This graph represents the amount of people infected. In this case, we want to flatten the curve. Flattening the curve means that we slow the rate of people getting sick. That buys health professionals more time to get people vaccinated and to save more lives. We also want to help scientists and doctors get relevant data as they collaborate to create vaccines and work on new treatments. In today's lesson, we'll visit a fictional place called Monster Town, where a virus outbreak is about to happen. We'll be using computer science to understand how quickly a virus can spread and what can be done to slow it down so that all the monsters can get healthy again. We'll ask the questions: how quickly will the virus spread? What can we and Dr. Monster do to combat and contain the virus? You'll experiment with a few different interventions, like masks, crowds, and vaccines. You might already know the answers, but take a closer look. Run your simulation multiple times. What do you notice?
Alright, so there is a video to help us. Let's now click on continue, and you'll have this link with you on Shobi along with this video. So we've clicked on continue, and you'll see what you've already seen before in code.org lessons, your window here where you see what you get, where you get to see your script play out, and at the top we have the instructions here. So the instructions. Today you're going to write code so you can run your own simulation of the virus outbreak at Monster Town. First, we will bring Monster Town to life by creating sprites to represent the monsters. Write your code in the workspace, then press run to see your simulation. If you need any help, you can click on the light bulb for a hint. So I'm going to do the first one with you. This little guy here with a light bulb, he gives you hints if you ever get stuck. So he's there to help you. Alright, so we have here, when run, set background color to green. So when we click on the button here, run, the background color will go green. But we also need to do a few more things. So do this. So the first thing we need to do is to make sprites that represent 10 healthy monsters and 1 sick monsters. So we have here 3 different types of blocks. We're going to click on sprites. I'm clicking sprites now. Okay, and we can see here, make 10 purple sprites. Drag that in underneath. Click on sprites again. Make 1 red sprite, which is the 6th sprite. So now we've done number 1. Number 2, set the size of the sprites to 50 and make them all begin wandering. Okay, so let's look at behaviors. So sprites, no, that's not size. Click on world, no, that's not there. Click on sprites. Oh, there we go. Set all sprites to 50. Let me put that underneath. And what else does it ask? Make them all begin wandering. Well, wandering is an action, and that can be classed as a behavior. So let's click on behavior. All sprites wandering. Okay, so we followed all the instructions now. So when we click this button, the background color will turn green. We'll have 10 purple sprites, 1 red sprite. All the sprites are set to size 50, and all the sprites will begin wandering. Now let's click on run. Okay, so that's done. Brilliant. So now we can continue to level 2. And with each new level, it should get a little bit trickier each time. So let's now do level 2. Okay, so now this one is programming with events. So, one of the monsters caught a virus. When a healthy monster touches a sick monster, it becomes sick too. To make something happen when two sprites touch, we will use the event block. Do this. Use the subject block inside to change healthy monsters, purple, into sick monsters, red, when they touch. So let's analyze the code that we already have. Okay. So let's have a look. So most of the code is done for us. Set the background color to green, 10 purple sprites, 1 6-eye. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's click on run. No, nothing's happening. What did I do wrong? Maybe you know. So when a purple sprite touches a red sprite, change the costume to purple. Okay. Okay, so we need to click on the plus button here, this tiny plus button, then click on subject and drag that in to here like this. Now let's click on run. Now we can see when the purple one touches the red one, it gets a little sick.